Hey, um, if you want to give up on life, listen to this. Uh, my name is OTY, and I want to tell you that you are working very, very hard. You deserve all the success that you pray for, all the success that you work for. And do not let anybody come in and then they tell you to say, you don't deserve this, you don't deserve that. You deserve everything that you dream about. You deserve everything that you worked for. You deserve everything that you possibly ever wanted. And let me tell you something. Sometimes life might not always work the way you expect it to do, and that's fine. It's okay. It's fine. It's okay. But that don't mean we have to give up. But that doesn't mean we have to stop working. But that doesn't mean we have to, just give up on ourselves. We need to keep on working. If you remember the story of Job in the Bible, Job had everything, and guess what? Satan simply asked God to about Job, and then you know the whole story in the Bible. God told Job to say, "This is my son. I love this guy, and trust me, there's not a man like him that can be moved on this earth like him." Job was, this guy was so upright with God. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, like just like that, Job began to lose his wealth. He lost his kids. He lost his livestock, and his wife tempted him, forced him, started to force him to forsake God. But guess what? Job stood firm on his ground. Job stood firm on his principles. Job stood firm on what he believed in. What about you? What about you? You've been on your grind just for what? 3 days? You've been on your grind for what? For 2 months? You've been on your grind for what? For 1 year? And you want to give up? Have you heard the story of Job? Job never gave up. What makes you think that God doesn't want you to succeed? Of course he does. One thing you need to understand is that sometimes your road might always be the hardest because you've asked God for something that is way too bigger than what others are simply asking for. You've asked for something much, much greater than what others are asking for. So God has to prepare you in a way such that it's so different from everybody else. Because everybody else is asking for the normal thing, but you're asking for something that is more special than what everybody else is asking. You need to trust the process. You need to keep on grinding. You need to keep on showing up. You need to keep on working. You need to believe. It's not always going to be sunshine. And of course, mostly it's going to be the rainy days. A few days might come up and pop up like, okay, today is going to be sunny. Just today. And then the following, I don't know, 3 months, 1 year, it's going to be raining. But there's always going to be sunshine after that. So the question you must ask yourself when you want to give up is, why did I start? And why do I want to finish? And always remember that there are people watching you, there are people looking up to you. What example are you setting to the younger generation? When they face such a circumstance, they're going to remember and say like, our idol gave up. Who are we?